were not of us.
They went out from us. So they were with us at one point physically, but then they went out from us. Go ahead.
For if they had been of us,
why were they not? If they were with us at one point, how can we say they're not of us?
like it, sir.
Go ahead.
If they leave,
they left, but I'm saying it says they went out from us. So if you go out from something, what were you originally?
With them.
You were in it,
Okay.
right? To go out of something, you have to be in it first.
Okay.
If they were in it, how can the next verse or the next part say, but they were not of us? How does that make sense?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, Daraj.
That means, like, for example, like brothers were once in the truth, but then they left the truth, meaning that they never really was with you from the beginning.
Con, that's what it's saying. You absolutely right, Daraj. I'm just trying to get the wording broken down to understand why it's saying what it's saying, right? Because it said but you're not wrong. You're right. But it says, so like, let me get back to it. They went out from us, but they were not of us. Read on.
For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us.
Right. If they were of us, they would have continued with us.
Right.
The wording is very similar to what it says in verse 15. Love not the world, neither things that are in the world. If any man love the world of the Father, so the love of the Father is not in him. There's another scripture that says that be ye not of the world. Right. But we were all in what? The world. All of us were in the world, but are any of us of the world? How do I know? Con, like, you're right. Go ahead, one.
Because of how we live, the actions we take.
Give him a hand. Because Hawan has never been in the world.
Right.
YAHANNA, NAYATHAQ, Mahayar. These people are not in the world. When was YAHANNA born? 2019. April of 2019. When was Mahayar born? What? Oh my God. When was Hawan born?
October 2022.
2022.
Okay.
Right. That's the spirit. That's not the flesh. Because obviously the flesh, we all grown men in here. We can't be born in 2019 and 2022. Right? But the spirit, you know what I'm saying, is what we're talking about. You're not of the world. But if tomorrow, and not my picking on anybody, but if tomorrow any of us decides to pick up a blunt again, guess what? Guess when we were born then? Now it goes back to when I was actually born. Because I'm still the same nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I pick up a blunt, that ain't Dabawan. Because Dabawan rejected those things. He rejected eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Right. Dabawan rejected eating what's the one that y'all don't want to stop eating? Tuna. Dabawan rejected eating those things. He rejected all of that. But if tomorrow I pick up a blunt or a cigarette, or I want to go pop some whores or whatever, then guess what? That nigga's of the world. And he was never with us.
Right.
Because he was just waiting to do that anyway. Right. You follow me?
Okay.
So this is talking about simply, again, fake Israelites is a good example too. But it's just saying that journey, what you do in here, you have to what? Read my mind. It's in the scriptures. There's a word that you have to do with this. Yanzar? Yes, but give me the word that's in here. Go ahead, Owen.
Continue.
No, the word that's in here.
It's like I said, endure.
The word in here. It's in the scriptures we've been reading. We started at verse 15. It's in here. There's a word in here that you have to do.
It's like I said, abide.
Abide. Give him a hand, right? You have to abide in this.
Right.
Fight and continue in this. If you don't, then you are that nigga in the world. You are that sister in the world. You're not whoever, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to make yourself out to be. You're not that person, because that person wouldn't do those things. That person, what? They keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
And so on. You know what I'm saying? And so read on, finish verse 19. Start at the top again, Bible Shah.
Okay. It's the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 19. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us,
You know, break it down. Because if they had been of us, go ahead.
they would no doubt have continued with us.
It's simple. If they were of us, if they were of the Spirit, then they would continue in that. Go ahead.
But they went out,
But they went out. Go ahead.
that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us.
That's why it's so wonderful when a person leaves the truth. It's so wonderful. You think it's some kind of skin or sweat off my back, pause, or any of my brothers? You think if I up and leave, you know what I'm saying, y'all don't see me no more, you think Captain NAYATHAQ is gonna shed a tear for me? You think he's gonna be concerned about, you know, about me when if I decide to leave or something like that? No, this truth is gonna continue right on. It'll be like I never existed. No one will care. It will. None of anything I've done will mean nothing. Yeah, hold on.
It's like kind of like Judas.
Hmm?
Kind of like Judas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you are now.
Or John the Baptist.
Now you're just that. You're not, you know, whatever you could have been is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a wonderful thing, because as it says, that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. These fake Israelite groups were never with us. They were never with this. Because the whole time, while you was perpetrating and acting like you was in the truth, you really wanted to tell brothers that they can't have more than one wife. You really wanted to tell people that they can eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You really wanted to teach that it's okay to have sex with prostitutes. You really wanted to teach all kinds of heresies this whole time. You were just waiting for the opportunity to do it. You were never with us. Because if you were with us,
You would continue with us.
they'd be right here.
Okay.
This classroom would be, this building wouldn't be enough. We would need to buy this, the restaurant, the gas station, you know what I'm saying? Half the projects, all of that, to fit all the brothers and sisters that's supposed to be in here, if they continued with us.
Okay.
But they didn't. So finish it out. Oh, I think you already finished it.
Okay, sorry, I did.
Let me see if there's any more. Read verse 21 real quick before we move on.
It's the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
I have not written unto you because ye know the truth.
Because no, read it nice and slow.
This book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 21. I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth.
I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth. Go ahead.
But because ye know it.
But because ye what?
You know it.
You know the truth. You know what's right. And that's why there's another scripture. We don't got to go there. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High says, I'd rather you be, you know what I'm saying, hot or cold instead of lukewarm. Don't be lukewarm. I'd rather you not know nothing. That's why who do you think we go to camp for? We go to camp for brothers and sisters who don't know what the hell you're talking about. I can't smoke cigarettes. Why? I can't, wait. You mean to tell me that God doesn't want me to eat crab legs? But they're good. That's what we go to camp for. We don't go to camp for some, and that's why people may not understand what we do. People think like, man, I can't stand. I know y'all brothers, y'all priests in here. Y'all done heard this before. Y'all, you know what I'm talking about. So it'd be some civilian, somebody online talking about, I just don't understand why you brothers can't just come together. You brothers, y'all need to come together, man. You know what I mean? Y'all got so much, y'all so powerful together. Man, Salakia. F that. F that. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is enemies to the truth. Straight up. Straight up. Go ahead, hold on.
It's lucky. So they want you to come together. They want us to come together with somebody that's teaching that sexual abuse is right.
Right. Right. Damn right. That's an excellent point, brother. So you want me to sit next to some, it's almost like as Israelites, you already want to say all this crazy stuff about us is not true, right?
Right.
You want to say we abuse women, we don't. We beat women, we don't. We hate women, we don't. We not men that take care of our families and all. Obviously, brothers do all of these things. But now you, at the same time as you have that belief, you want me to sit next to and have brotherhood and what's the thing they have together? What's the thing?
Unity camp.
A unity camp with a nigga who says that it is lawful to essay a woman and make her your wife.
Salagi.
Yeah, it's like who that? I.S.U.P.K.
Come.
Oh my God, Shalom, YAHANNA. Congratulations too, bro. Congratulations to my brother, Officer 1000 I.S.U.P.K. Go ahead, bro.
So we supposed to stand next to at camp and sit next to in the classroom the brother that like to take it up the backside. You know what I'm saying? with the colorful, you know what, Salagi.
Damn right. So I'm supposed to just sit here next to a cat with a pegging kit in his trunk of his car, and I'm just supposed to act like when he say something, he talking about the breaking down the color. That damn right. That's right, Doc. Damn right. I'm supposed to just like nothing's no problem, right? Like he don't got a pegging kit in the trunk of his car. That's insane. No, I'm not sitting next to you. I'm not sitting next to you. I'm not saluting you. None of that. None of that. It ain't personal. This is the Lord's business.
Right.
This is not some effing joke. What do you think? It's a fraternity? Oh, because we're all blacks and Hispanics, we should come together and just. Last I checked, this is not the Christian church.
Right.
The Christian church is the place where you go and play a tambourine and then get plugged in your behind later that night like nothing happened. I thought this was supposed to be the place where we take the work of the Most High serious.
Damn right.
And then you want me to act like they're like me? Y'all ever seen Carlito's Way? You ain't like me. You think you like me? You ain't like me. Because in here, ain't no sister owning no pagan kits in here. You understand? Ain't no brothers in here be like, yeah, we gonna order this one. No, oh, what size is that? Oh no, you ain't gonna have me. What, yo, I bro.
That shit was crazy. I saw that video.
Yo,
Wow.
Yo, bro.
You can't come back from
You
ever.
nothing. And then we don't go into that too much. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that that's why we are so staunchly, we say it so assertively that we are not affiliated with anybody. No other Israelite group, no Christian church, no Muslim mosque, no government entity, no nothing. We have to, because we're trying to show the Most High we're serious about this, man.
Damn right.
How can I show God I'm serious about what I do if you see me in pictures with a nigga that gets pegged?
Right.
Who's gonna take me serious? Or any of my brothers? Who? You all gonna look crazy.
Right.
So that's why this scripture is so important. If they read that again, verse what was it?
21.
Verse 21. Read it again.
This book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 21. I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth.
No, I didn't write to you because you don't know the truth. Go ahead.
But because ye know it.
But because you know it. You know what the truth is. You know it. Them brothers that used to be up in the school on 125th Street, they know it. You know what you was taught in there. But now you're going around saying that there's an army on the dark side of the moon.
Good night.
Who taught you that? Or did you have a dream about it? Like someone else we know. Because you definitely didn't hear it from the Seven Heads.
Right.
Seven Heads did not teach you that army of God is what is it? They're practicing. They're training on the dark side of the moon.
That was crazy.
When there's really no such thing as a dark side of the moon, it's an effing album by a rock band. I know they didn't teach you about that vibranium.
That was so like you said.
Yeah.
That was crazy because that video he said these natural resources we gotta go get from Africa. He said vibranium. I was like, like what is that? Just he really think it's a real resource. It's crazy.
So I guess we got to get Tony Stark and them. They're gonna
Save the earth and shit.
to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Good night.
Crazy.
Finish it out. I won.
Cocaine.
Verse 21.
Cocaine. And then no lie is of the truth.
Uh-huh. No lie is of the truth, man. You lying in these fake Israelite groups, man. Because you never was with us.
Right.
You lying. You know what I'm saying? It's just straight up lies. And it's not, again, they want to say that we puffed up. How we puffed up? How? Since I've been in here, and I ain't been here a long time at all. But the number one thing I always remember hearing brothers say, and it was the most like, it changed my life. It changed my perspective on things. And so we all brothers in here. I'm used to, as black men, we all got what? Bravado. We got egos. You know what I'm saying? Every rapper, I mean, we grew up loving, I love rap music. I grew up, every rapper was the greatest, illest at everything. Everything he was just the best at. This was the first place that I came to where I heard a bunch of black men say, man, I ain't shit. And it changed my trajectory of life. Because it's like, wait a minute. So these brothers are not about themselves. They're not about making themselves look good. You used to give a brother a compliment. Yo, bro, you did that. It was the Lord, man. No, the Lord did that. I said, well, damn. And that's the difference. But then you go to some fake Israelite group and they're going to tell you about how their leader is the one who came up with the idea of the training on the dark side of the moon. Or their leader is the one who, we discovered the full moon is the new moon is the full moon. The hell? Who taught you that? Commander Junior YAHANNA he never talks like that. Slug it? Commander Junior YAHANNA never talks like that. He never talks like, I discovered this right here in the script. No. He's like, yeah, this is what I learned, and I teach what I learned. And that's the difference. And that's why this is the I.S.U.P.K, the home of the truth. You know what I'm saying? Come on. That's the end of that, right? Come on, Most High in Christ. So let me make sure. Let me see if anybody is still waiting to join Salaki. I see Abadan. Shalom. Yahweh. Okay. Most High in Christ. See if there's any questions in the comments. Shalom, everybody. Again, that's tuning in. Shalom, Sister Patricia. Shalom, sis. Sister Lanisha. Shalom, Sister Sapayar and Sister Kamawada. Give them a hand. If y'all didn't see it, man, there's a video. Go on our YouTube, the Durham Israelites YouTube, right? Them sisters did an excellent workshop showing how to make a type of unleavened bread. You know what I'm saying? It's like an unleavened bread, like dessert type thing with homemade frosting. I was there. It was incredible. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and tune into that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get a couple scriptures real quick, man. I want to talk about empathy. Does anybody know what empathy is? Empathy. Go ahead, one.
Just like y'all the one.
Go ahead.
The ability to care about others.
Somebody give me the definition. I like Officer Zion say, let's get them actual definitions. Go ahead, young man.
Salaki, sir. The ability to sympathize with others and understand. Like
you're right. You're right on track with it. Sympathize and empathize is slightly different. Believe it or not, it's actually slightly technically different, but they're closely related. So you're not wrong. Go ahead, one.
I got a definition.
Yeah.
This is the definition for empathy from the Oxford Language Dictionary.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm being so detailed about it. Go ahead.
Okay. It's a noun that means the ability to understand and share the feelings of another.
Say it again.
The ability to understand and share the feelings of another.
There's a part in there that you said that is the apex, the crux of this topic, this thing that we're talking about. There's a word in there that is the key to this thing called brotherhood and sisterhood.
So like understand?
No,
Hold on. So like share.
share.
Come.
So read the definition again and let's hone in on that word.
The ability to understand and share.
The ability to understand. So understand is almost independent of another person, right? I can understand something from a distance, right? If my brother Hawan breaks his leg, I can understand that hurts. But go ahead.
And share.
But it's not the same as sharing it.
Okay.
I gotta share this thing, right? So it's understanding and sharing. Go ahead.
The feelings of another.
So what does it mean to share the feelings of another?
So like, sir,
Go ahead, Nadia.
like you know how that feels, like you know the exact feeling.
That's understanding.
Come, okay.
Knowing it something is understanding something. I know it.
So like I said, could we say like to identify with?
You on it, you closer. You right there with it. You right there with it. I think the sister said it. Get it, sister. Sister Maya said it. Sister Maya Panaya said it. She said empathy is being able to feel it in a sense. Give her a hand. Empathy isn't just I understand or I know, it's I feel it too. It's as if it happened to me. If I treat a brother when something happens to him, or a sister when something happens to her, as if it happened to me, how might things be different for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? Have anybody in this room ever been in a dog kennel? What? Okay, no. I mean, locked. You answered correctly, so the water for being transparent. But have any one of us ever been locked inside of a dog kennel? Any of us? Nobody, right? Huh? Oh man. Hey, look, I can't empathize, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just playing. But yet right now, you got our brothers and sisters, the so-called Northern tribe, especially the tribe of Isupk, down there at the border being locked in actual dog kennels, like a little cage. Sympathy is, man, that must suck. Empathy is, I'm in that dog kennel too. I'm right there with you. And the difference is, well, if you're in there too, well, what would you do to get them out of it? You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Like, it's a little different. If I'm right there with you in this pain, what would I want done to alleviate this pain for myself? What are you willing to do? What are we willing to do? You know who had empathy? Them brothers that went down to Acuna. That was some time ago. But that was a great display of empathy, because if they just said, oh, because a lot of people do that. They read the newspaper. Oh, honey, did you hear about what's going on at the border? It's terrible. Oh, I sympathize so much with them. Yeah, I would like a grande latte at Starbucks. I want a grande.
So like,
With whole milk. Go ahead, brother.
So empathy is just really taking action upon that feeling that you're sharing with the other.
That can be the result of empathy.
Mhm.
But the empathy, the first part of empathy is you being in that cage is as if I'm in that cage.
Mhm.
I don't just say, Damn, cage bad, man. That's terrible. Yeah, some pastor, yeah, let's have a party. Yeah. No, it's I can't party and have a good old time. I'm in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
That's empathy. And that's what we need as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We need to stop thinking of me, you, me, her, him. Everything is we're a goddamn individual all the time.
So like,
Go ahead, Ayathan.
so like, if I may, that could we say that's the same thing that Uriah felt when he got brought back from the war while his brother was still out? So like,
Say that one more time, Salakia.
when Uriah got brought back, you know what I'm saying, he was told to sleep with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like he like, nah, I can't. While my
Right.
people they're dying. It's like,
Right. Khan. That's an excellent point. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't, like, if I just think that I'm me, then other people can go in and be dying and all. I don't feel it. What it got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But if I think to myself, I'm on that battlefield, I'm in that war, those brothers are me, and I am them, then no, I can't just go have a good time. Come. Excellent point. I can't just go have a good time. Give me Galatians 6:2. Give me Galatians 6. Let's let the Bible talk. Let's get Galatians 6:2. We're gonna get a few scriptures on this particular topic, right? And then we're gonna go to Christ. What Christ said.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2. Bear ye one another's burdens.
Do what?
Bear ye one another's burdens.
That does not sound like the American way. The American way is, you do what's best for yourself and yours, you and yours, whatever makes sense to you. Isn't that what they teach a lot of brothers and sisters these days? How many of y'all been on the internet and you see sisters talking about, I had to do what was best for me? Go ahead, brother, you want to say something?
Yeah. Which verse was it?
Galatians, the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2, the 6th chapter and the 2nd verse.
Okay, I got you.
Got you. A lot of sisters are taught, you got to go for self, girl. Ain't nobody going to love you more than you can love yourself. You got to love yourself. That's what a lot of people are saying on the internet. And meanwhile, the Black community is tanking before our eyes. Our families are in the gutter because we care so much about ourselves and we love ourselves so much. But that is not in the Bible. And then these same bros will have a Bible verse in they bio on their social media. But the Bible just said what? It said, bear ye, what does it say, Darash?
Bear ye one another's burdens.
Bear ye one another's burdens. Go ahead.
And so fulfill the law of Christ.
That's how you fulfill the law. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Now I kind of get it, right? I bear the burden of my brothers, and that's how I fulfill the law of Christ. That's how what helps me keep the law is by bearing the burden. Because if I just say to myself, well, it's all about me, me, then why wouldn't I sleep with another brother's wife? Why not? What's to stop me? It's about me, right? It's about what feels good to me and her, I guess. So why would I do anything different? We should just do what we all want. But no, but in that process, I'm bearing my brother's burden because guess what? I would never want to do something to him that I wouldn't want done to me. In that moment, I don't think with my flesh. I think what? He is me and I am him. And the same treatment and respect I would want, I have to give to him. I have to. I can't think like an individual. You know what I'm saying? Read it from the top one more time, Darash.
Khan, it's the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2. Bear ye one another's burdens,
Mm-hmm.
and so fulfill the law of Christ.
One of the first lessons I learned when I came up in here, I had done, you was back, you was there, Mayar, in them circle ups. I remember Captain NAYATHAQ used to say this kind of thing, and I would be like, it was like revolutionary to my brain. When he would say things like, if you having a problem, or if you going through something, you know what you should do? You should take on the problems of your brothers. You should see what your brothers are going through and take on their problems. And you might realize that your problems are not as big as you think they are. Right. And now you kill two birds with one stone. Now, not only have you realized that your problems are not as bad and maybe you can solve them by just simply looking at it a certain way, but you also, now your brother who has a bigger problem than you, he doesn't have to support that problem on his own. We can carry this burden together.
Shalaki.
Go ahead. Who that? About his own one?
Khan.
Hey, Shalom. How about you? That was good, bro.
Shalom. What's going on, my lord? Shalaki, no, what's so heavy about what you're saying is like, it's more so like just spreading the pain out. Like,
right.
Say like you got a bullet wound and like, or you got like an ulcer or something eating your flesh. So, but say if you take a little piece of it and I give it to Ayathan.
Right.
Take a little piece and I give it to Officer Darash, like Ayathan. I give it to
right.
Wall, and now the pain is less than what it would be if it was all concentrated on me. You get what I'm saying?
That's right. Damn right. No, that's 100% right, bro. Like, that's heavy. You know what I mean? General Ivan talks about it all the time. Like, yo, look, he always says, man, like if a brother's going through something, well, don't deny me the right as your brother to go through it with you. If you crying, let's cry together. If you going through it, let's go through it together.
So
you know
like,
what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And what's so heavy, like it's a saying in the world, you know what I'm saying? But I mean it could be used in the truth too. You know, so it goes as it's a double the pleasure, divide the pain. You know what I'm saying? You double the pleasure, you share the pleasure with another brother, and it amplifies the joy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You divide the pain with your brothers, and it lightens the burden.
Right. Damn right. It lightens the burden because we're as the scripture just told us to do, we're bearing one another's burdens. The ghetto is the ghetto. Part of the reason why it is how it is because we're not bearing each other's burdens the way we could. We're not taught in the world to bear each other's burdens. If I have a lot and you have a little, maybe I should just have half of what I have so you can have half too. If I got a lot, maybe I should.
Sir.
Maybe Nadia.
Is this like teaching? Well, basically, I was gonna say is like, could this be used as like a bedrock thing to say like, don't be selfish?
That's not give him a hand. What kind of question? Of course, yes.
I had to make sure.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point. Don't be selfish because like Batazar once said, right? Imagine if you had pain, right? Anybody ever had a toothache?
Come on, sir.
I know Salaki, I just used to live in the dentist. I just was in the dentist all the time. Had to get all kind of root canals, all kind of stuff. To me, ain't nothing worse than some tooth pain. Oh, unless Ayathan gonna hook you up though. You can go to Ayathan, he gonna hook you up. You know what I'm saying? Ayathan, you know what I'm saying, is nice with the dentistry. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, right? But tooth pain is tremendous. But imagine if I right here had the worst tooth pain in the world, I said, oh, yo, this is terrible. I can't take it. Nadia, could you take a little bit of the tooth pain? And one, you two a little, and Yanazar, you two, and sis, and my y'all, brother, everybody take a little bit so I don't gotta feel so bad. Guess what? That only works if everyone is willing to deal with a little bit of pain. Pause. It might be that one nigga that's like, I don't want no pain, nigga. That's your problem. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But it only works if everyone's willing to deal with a little bit of pain. Pause. For each other. The ghetto wouldn't be the ghetto. The ghetto would be paradise. If we understood that. If we understood and we practiced that. Like, it ain't about me. It's about the community, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna read another scripture in just a second. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's another thing I was taught in the truth. My brothers know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we do. Who the F wants to be in downtown Charlotte on Saturday in the same spot for 8 hours? Am I saying something you don't know? Do y'all want to be there? Let's be young, they hungry young officers. John, so I want to be there every Saturday. I want camp to be 3 times a week. I want to be in downtown Fayetteville. No, you don't. None of us do. None of us want to be in downtown anything every Saturday. You can't go to the club. I mean, you can afterwards, but your whole Saturday is hemmed up. You've been working 5. You don't already work Monday through Friday. So now you get 2 days off, but your Saturday, you're not off because you're going to work in a way. And then you get off Sunday. No, you're not. You're going to Hebrew Academy, nigga. And not just because you're a Hebrew Academy participant, you might be an instructor. You're in Hebrew, so you worked 5 days, you was at camp on Saturday, and now you're Hebrew Academy on Sunday. Now you get to sleep for a couple of hours, and guess what? Take your black ass right back to work. Nobody wants to do that. But we'll do it. Why? Because it's not about what?
So like, sir, that individual want.
It's not about us. That's why I love this truth so much. That's why I love this school so much. And we all should, because it's like, this is really the place where you learn how to love your people and not your goddamn self. This is the place. A lot of people talk a good game, but they're not doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? Empathy is what you need. And we're going to break down some more scriptures because we're talking about a large scale empathy, but there's other types of empathy too. What about the empathy from a husband to a wife, man? You got some niggas out there in the world, you know what I'm saying? They put their hands on a woman. He lacks empathy. I'm not talking about because, you know what I'm saying, if she came at you, you know what I'm saying, trying to off you, unalive you, you know what I'm saying, then bro, at that point, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about these brothers, these abusive brothers in the world that do things like that. Where's the empathy? This is a woman, Doc. Right. This is your sister. You know what I'm saying? What about the empathy from a wife to a husband? Do you understand that brother's pain? Do you empathize with that brother? Do you see that brother is trying to accomplish things, you know what I'm saying, not in the world, so quote unquote, but in this world, he's trying to make his mail, he's trying to make his living. He's trying to get better, get stronger. He's trying to become a better priest. He's trying to read. He's trying to get them scriptures. He's trying to break it down. He going to camp. He going to Hebrew Academy. He doing this. He's trying to become a stronger man. And you want to fucking argue with him about something stupid? What? You don't empathize with that black man? Hispanic or Native American Indian man? You don't empathize with him and see what he's going through? That nigga's on child support because some stupid broad thinks that's the way to do it. Brothers on child support, all kind of stuff. Brothers going through legal situations. Brothers going through all kind of stuff because we're still in America. And as General Hyman said in class yesterday, we're still what? Not yesterday. No, it was yesterday. It's like on Monday. We're still oppressed in this place. So you mean to tell me that I recognize that all my black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian brothers and sisters are oppressed in this place, but I'm so egotistical, I don't have enough empathy to say, you know what, bro? I know what you're going through. So like, let me pause. Let me take some of that up off you. What's up, man? You need to talk? I don't got enough empathy to pick up the fucking phone? Could you imagine? Could you imagine what our brothers and sisters go through in this world? And we don't have enough empathy to pick up the phone when a brother calls you or a sister calls you. Enough empathy to care enough to reach out. Hey, Shalom, what's going on? Salaki, sir. Everything's suave. You need something, sir? Let's go and see how you doing, bro. Everything suave? What's in Christ? Da-da-da. Oh, word, yeah, you was telling me such. We don't have enough empathy to care about each other. Well, then we might as well just wrap it up and just be this is the end. Let's let black people as a race, Hispanics, Native, we just gonna die off. Because that's what's gonna end up happening. If somebody doesn't take up the burden, somebody doesn't take up the mantle and start caring about each other. Somebody give me 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8. Somebody give me 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter and the 8th verse. Baba Kusha. These are important things to understand for everything that we're doing in this truth. We have,
Like I said,
go ahead.
said 2 and 8, sir.
But first Peter chapter 3 and verse 8,
Chapter 3.
the 3rd chapter.
Come, sir. I got it.
Come on.
It's the book of 2 Peter.
No, 1 Peter.
1 Peter. So like
Mhm.
sir.
That's what.
Come. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind.
Be all of what?
One mind.
No separate minds.
One mind.
No, your mind.
One mind.
My mind.
One mind.
Everybody's an individual.
Be of one mind.
Be all of one mind. We are a family, man. I know it sounds weird. I know what y'all thinking. They go top one. He's saying this craziness, man. I'm talking about. I'm gonna go for self. I don't. He talking about. I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I got bills. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he talking about. I gotta figure it out for myself. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get it out the mud for me and mine, right? Okay. Maybe. But what's the end goal of that? So your family's gonna be good. So let's say, yeah, me, my son goes, he does well and goes to college and gets a good job, and you know what I'm saying, and makes his money and so on and so forth. But then what about my brother's children? You see, the oppressor's world doesn't work the way we think his world works. We think that his world is all about individualism. And in a way it is, but in a way it isn't. Because Yana always bringing up the government. The government bails out banks all the time. They do all kinds of dealings with each other, to decrease burdens on each other in different ways. America would not have gotten to where it is if they didn't orchestrate it and help each other in different ways. It couldn't have gotten this far. It's impossible. But as Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, we have drank the Kool-Aid. We drank the Kool-Aid of the individualistic American dream. But no, they have an infrastructure. Everything they do is tied together. It's not really, they have individual lives, but the world does not run on that. It runs on interconnectivity. So it means nothing if my son can go to college and get a good job, if my brother's children can't do the same, or if my son cannot help them. We have to stop thinking about ourselves and realize that I am all of you and you all are me, and so on. That's the only way this is going to work. Giannis, go ahead.
It sparked something in my mind because, like, when I first came to the school, like, one of the first things I started to understand was, like, we no longer think in terms of self.
Right.
In the UPK, we think in terms of the nation.
Right.
And that's what this is all about.
Damn right. Damn right. That's what I'm saying. We don't think, and we think of in terms of the nation. What will benefit the nation? All the work that we do. Again, I'm not saying we do so much work, and you know what I'm saying, we're gonna do what we gotta do. If we gotta do more work, we'll do it. But I can tell you from experience, y'all know what I'm talking about. Them brothers down in Atlanta, they putting in some work right now. Ooh-wee. Y'all ever been in the Passover Council? Boy. And they in them councils, weekly councils, daily councils, all kind of stuff. For who? For you.
So like the nation.
Go ahead, Nadia.
We got a Passover council tomorrow.
There you go. Right. Pastor for counsel, right? For people that guess what? You don't barely even know. You know what I'm saying? That's what this truth is all about. When I came up in here, I remember the first so many first brothers that I met and that like, you know, impacted me and they don't even know. Baltazar one's in the room over there. Baltazar one don't even know that he impacted me. Pause. Like the first camp that I ever went to ever was randomly a camp in Durham. And Baltazar one was there. And I talked to him. And he was still chopping it up with me on some brotherhood. And I was like, damn, I don't know this nigga, but he's like talking to me like I'm somebody. You know what I'm saying? And all of these things had a shift on my trajectory. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. It's about, we're talking about brother. This is a brotherhood class. We are talking about the facets of brotherhood. Who got 1 Peter?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead and read it.
This book of 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8.
Hey, Shalom. Salakia.
And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and captain of 13,000, NAYATHAQ.
That one, stay with me, right? Stay with me, right?
Come on, sir.
You know what I mean? All right. Just to do the Passover. All right. Passover is April 12th. We need to pay that Passover fund ASAP. You understand? That Passover fund is necessary for the Passover. Right? Pay your funds. Right? We have what coming up? We have this lamb slaughter. That's going to be free. Right?
Okay.
We have the all black party. That's going to be free. We have daycare. That's going to be free. All for what?
$200.
17 years and over. You understand?
Okay.
Pay a Passover fund. You understand? It's important. Commander General YAHANNA done went out of his way to, you know what I mean, have the biggest Passover you're going to see. And
that's
the
right.
only Passover you're going to see. So pay that fund. And let me not forget, you got what? The kids' party. You understand? The kids' party, pay a Passover fund. Kids' party, what? Free. Kids, you all ready? Kids, you all ready for the kids' party? You all ready? Say what? Yeah. We ready for the kids' party. We are what? We ready. He coming to the kids' party too. You almost see him. You understand? Why? Because daddy done pays $200. You understand? Daddy done pay his fund. You know what I mean? Mommy done pay her fund. Mommy's done pay their fund. They're coming. You all coming too? NAYATHAQ and Rawan? Say yes. I want to hear you. You gotta say loud. Yes. Yes, you all coming. Because daddy pays Passover fund. You understand? Let's talk to sister now. All right. All right. Let's get into it. All right. Let's get right into it. We're going into who had a question?
Oh, so like I said, we weren't breaking down the question. I was just going into the topic of empathy, and we were just reading some scriptures. There's something talking about empathy, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's something the white man is void of.
Come on, sir.
I mean, who has the definition for it? You already got the definition for it?
Come on, sir.
All right, what's the definition for empathy?
I think Daraj, you had it before. If you could, Bible sure.
And just to show you that the oppressor is void of it, right? Just look at what's going on the earth today, especially in the war in the Middle East. They claim that there's a what going on right now in the Middle East. It's a G word that they don't even give to slavery. What's the G word?
So like, sir.
Come on.
Genocide, sir.
A genocide. Clearly going on there. Right? Now, their claim is what? That they suffered a what? They suffered a what? Small hands. Come on.
A terrorist attack, sir.
No. You gotta stick with me on topic. Get empathy for me.
This is the Merriam-Webster definition of empathy.
Mm-hmm.
The action of understanding,
Mm-hmm.
being aware of,
Mm-hmm.
being sensitive to,
Yes.
and vicariously experiencing the feelings, thoughts, and experience of another.
You understand? Black people, Hispanic people have that. You
So like
understand?
this, sir.
Come on.
So the small hats,
Mm-hmm.
they're hypocrites because they've been crying about the genocide that was perpetrated on them.
Yeah, the Holocaust that was perpetrated on them. Correct. Now, if that happened to you, you will have an understanding. Yo, that is something that's tremendously bad for a race, bad for a nation. You understand? It messed that nation's mind up. You look at black people today, we don't even understand that the black man that sits next to us is your brother. We do not understand that. And that's because of what? Slavery. You understand? If the oppressor had some empathy for black people, guess what? He would have left our ghettos alone. He'd have just leave us alone. Do you think black people can't fix themselves? So all these other nations, they could fix themselves? All these other nations could see the problem in their community and deal with it? No, we could deal with it too. You understand? But the problem is the oppressor, he's not going to give you a chance to deal with it. He's not. Even back in who time? In Christ's time. Even back in Christ's time. You understand? Remember when Christ, give me where Pilate had said, yo, I find no fault with this man. I found no fault with him. You understand? Even Pilate woman came and said, yo, have nothing to do with what you're about to do with this man. Because she had dreams. You know the verse I'm talking about?
Con, sir.
Come on.
It's Luke chapter 23, verse 4. Well, start at verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Really before verse 3, but I'll start at 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Pilate asked him, saying, art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, thou sayest it. Verse 4. Then
right.
said,
thou sayest it. Christ is being what?
Smart, Salakia, sir.
Sarcastic
Con.
to him. You understand? You understand? Christ not fitting to do what? Beg him for his life. For what? You understand? Christ ain't trying to do what? Snitch. He ain't ratting on nobody. You understand? He know what he came to do and he did it. You understand? He begged the Most High like a man would beg his father to take what? To take this punishment he about to go through, to try and, to see if there's any other way this could happen. And there was no other way this could happen. None. And Christ accepted it. You understand? Christ accepted it. Right? Read on.
Verse 4. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man.
I find what?
No fault in this man.
I find no fault in this man. None. Why? Because Christ was what? Perfect. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
If I may, I got a scripture pertaining to the lack of empathy by the devils.
Come on.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
That's it. That's what's going on right now. You see what Donald Trump and his government is doing? to Hispanics and black people. You understand? Like we at the bottom. How low you want us to be? How low? How low? You understand? Now, there's another side to it. And the other side to it is, how do you prepare yourself in a time like this? You understand? Do you close the doors on the congregation and tell them, yo, we need $20? I mean, like, Tabo won't close that door. I need $20 from everybody sitting down in that class. Do you do that? That's how you prepare black people for the time that's coming now, by extorting them. The oppressor doing enough of that. And now you coming to extort black people. Read on. Read on.
You wanted me to continue in Ezekiel?
Yeah, that was it?
Kind of my concert.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Now, get back to Luke for me. To Wada.
Khan. Luke chapter 23, verse 5. And they were more fierce, saying, he stirreth up the people, teaching throughout all Jewry, beginning from Galilee to this place. Verse 6. When Pilate heard of Galilee, he asked whether the man was Galilean. Verse 7. And as soon as he knew that he belonged unto Herod's jurisdiction, he sent him to Herod.
You understand? He didn't want to deal with it. Right. And that's always the oppressor. Like, they know how to deal with black people. They know what they owe black people. But nobody wants to deal with the matter. Nobody wants to deal with the problem. They pass it on from generation to generation to generation until this generation, with Donald Trump, telling you to do what? He wants to wipe away your history now. He want to wipe it away. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to face the fact they are monsters. They're criminals. They committed crimes against black people. Shalom, Jamaica. They don't want to face that fact.
Shalom, sir. Yeah, watch him.
They don't want to face that fact. Instead, they want to just what? What do you call that? Sweep it under the rug. They don't want to take care of the problem. But guess what? The Ukrainians have a problem. Oh, they're going to get billions to handle their problem. Or the Israelis have a problem. Oh, they're going to get billions to handle their problem. You understand?
So, Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Would it be safe to say that Pilate would be like what we would call when we rule the kingdom, he would be like a slave that we keep in the house for being just? Like
okay, I can't say that. You know what I mean? But I forget the scripture. But brother, okay, the best scripture is for me is go to reward them double.
Khan.
You understand? I don't want oppressors in my house,
Salaki.
You know what I mean? I don't want them in my house. They need to be in the fields. You understand?
Hey, Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Yeah, as I said that scripture, set him not by you.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
yeah.
I believe in that one, sir.
Because he in the house there, brother. You better sleep with one eye open, man, one eye closed.
Right.
Or sleep like them goldfish. You know what I mean? You can't trust him. You understand? He living like you means that what? If he has to live like you, in his mind, what does that mean?
So like you said.
Come on.
I mean, to him, it's like being a dog, like an animal.
So okay, so give me a little more. So what does that mean to him?
Oh, so like I said, that he's gonna be poor.
Yeah, but
Salaki.
I wear poor on your Caucasian skin just for 1 minute. Just be in his skin for 1 minute. Come on.
him being under you, he has no power.
No, him thinking, or not him thinking, but being in your living in your situation. What does that do to him mentally?
Oh, Salaki, it breaks him.
Okay, what does he do?
He does whatever an animal would do to get out of cage. He fights. He connives. He thinks. He gets slick. He sneaks.
Like it, sir.
Come on.
He would unalive himself.
Yeah, he commits suicide.
Oh damn, Salaki.
Yeah, you all ever heard the news about the oppressor who drove his plane into the IRS?
Okay.
Somebody could look that up. You understand? They're thinking they're gonna live like you, or somebody got to die. They ain't just unalive in themselves. Somebody had to die. You know what I mean? That's why majority of the time when they get fired, they have somebody escort them outside. And then when they come back on the job, they know what they're coming back for. You need security. You understand? You know, they know you could do what? They could do anything to black people. Anything. But we won't behave like him. You understand? Right? Who's burning? Who is throwing Molotov cocktails at a car? Who's burning Tesla cars up? Black people?
I'd say.
No. They just have to think or feel or be in your situation, and it's going to be a problem. You understand? Okay.
Hey, Salaki, sir, before you move on, what you just said, you bring me back into the way they fired them the other day. So they know how they stay. That is why they did it. They did the firing the way they did it. Fire them on the weekends, fire them through emails.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you know it is to call Esau in the office. I can tell him, your services is no longer required.
Right.
He thinking how he gonna pay for that boat, how he gonna keep his wife, where his kids gonna eat. Brother, right. You ever hear about Esau unaliving his whole family? They have a name. They call that type of suicide that Esau be doing. There's a name given to that type of suicide, where because of stress, right? He unalives his whole family and himself. You understand?
So like it, sir.
Come on.
It's called fracturicide.
What do you call it?
Fracturicide.
Fracturicide?
Come on, sir.
Yeah, where they just unalive the whole everybody.
Oh God, that's what the wrestler Chris Benoit did.
Mm-hmm.
He killed everybody in the house. His son, his wife, everybody.
Mm-hmm. And now remember what I said also too, right? Like in our situation, right? Because we are the God-chosen people, because we're the salt of the earth, brother, if you leave us alone, we'll fix our problems. They look at our young youths on the streets and, we blame them for the condition they're in. Like, you gonna blame a 16-year-old for joining a gang? You gonna blame him? You want him join a church like, what's he doing there, Marvin Sapp? You want him going there? He's getting extorted inside the church. You understand? You ain't going there. No. Them young boys doing what is put in front of them. And they're trying to choose the most manly way to do it. You understand? The church is, it's gone now. It's done. You understand? It's done. Now, where I told you to go to? Did I call anything? If not, let me
Salaki.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, I think you asked for Revelation 18:6.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Give me that.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
Yeah, brother. Trust me. When blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians get into that kingdom that Christ is going to come back and ensure, they're going to be rewarded what?
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
Double according to their works. Because the oppressor know what he's doing. He know it. He has the records. Do you know this bastard? He has the record of, and this is across there in the UK. They just finished paying reparations to a white slave owner. Which means what? They have the records. They have the records of everybody. You understand? Everybody family that left from across there. You understand? From on the west coast of Africa, when them African done round us up. They have the records. You understand? And now, any more to that? The Rash? That was it on that, right? There's more.
There's one more line.
Come on.
In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double.
You understand? That cup. That cup is what? That cup is what? That cup signifies what?
The Salakia, sir. The
Come on.
the amount of sin or blood.
Just it works. It works.
Just give me one word.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
It overflowing.
No. One word.
Salakia, sir. Oh, pressure. I was going to say even. Hey, Salakia, sir, if I may.
Come on. You understand?
The mic's not on.
Salakia, sir. Remember, I spoke to you about the information that Captain Mashak had brought out about the land of Judah.
Oh man!
I just wanted to remind you because I know you under the weather. We need that.
You see how Israel is? Come to, you know what I mean? Come to he and thee alone. You see how Israel is? Salaki, you understand? I'm a gay for you, brother. Salaki. I'm a gay tonight for you. All right? I'm gay tonight. But no one for reminding me though. That information need to be in every school. You know what I mean? In some plaque, you understand? On that wall.
Come.
It will never ever be forgotten. To what Yaniza. Where I'm going now, boy. Hold on. So remember what I said, right? With leaving us alone, right? Now this is just one way, one of the ways we were trying to fight back. Right? This is just one of the ways we were trying to fight back. Could somebody read that for me? Do I need to go a little more?
I got you, other one. You just read the highlighted part, sir.
Huh? Yeah.
Just read the highlighted parts. Come.
So this is from a book, When Crack Was King.
I have this book as well, sir.
Yeah, a good book, a good read. You understand? This is an excellent read, and the brother describes how crack destroyed our neighborhood, and he gives you it from the perspective of I think either 5 people, right? Is a woman, a young brother that going to school, a couple more people, I forget, but he give you the perspective. He give you the history on what they try to do. I mean, what the government was trying to do to us, right? Now, you're just reading this little part right here.
Come on.
Right? Go ahead.
This is an excerpt from the book When Crack Was King. The one major alternative to this deluge of whitewashed culture was hip-hop, which emerged from the ghetto alongside freebase.
No, hold on. So read that one more time.
Con. The one major alternative to the deluge of whitewash culture
So understand what it's saying. Deluge from what?
of whitewash culture.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Basically, a culture that has been manipulated into the white man's ideology. Our culture.
Look up deluge for me.
A deluge is a noun, an overflowing of the land by water.
Yes. So now,
drenching rain.
And so now, guess what? They say the one thing that separates us from the whitewash culture was what?
Hip hop.
Was hip hop. Which means we what with hip hop back then?
Like fought back.
We owned it.
It
was ours. And that was our escape from a whitewash culture. You understand? Like if these oppressors really leave us alone, you will see that we will escape from a whitewash culture. This is what Donald Trump is trying to do. Donald Trump is trying to whitewash everything. He's trying to take away your what? Your education. Our kids are not going to learn about slavery. They're not going to learn about the atrocities that happened to their people hundreds of years ago. If it isn't for the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. You understand? That's why you should try your best and make it to what? The Passover, which you're going to learn how you got true independence from your slave master. You understand? Passover is your remembrance of how the Lord gave you what? Independence from your oppressor. And they left us alone. And we what? We was in the wilderness for how long? How long we was in the wilderness for?
40 years?
Yeah, about 40 years. And the Lord made sure and did what? He cleaned us up. You understand? That generation that left out of Egypt, you think they make it into the promised land? Moses didn't make it. I think it's one brother made it through. And that was what? Samuel. The Lord will clean this place up. He will clean it up. You understand? They just have to leave us alone. So we try to get away from their whitewash culture going into hip hop. Now read on.
So like you said, I had a question about what you just said. So what separated Samuel from making it and the other brothers not making it?
What separated them?
What separated, what was the difference in between Samuel making it to the promised land and the other brothers not?
Good question. What is separating us from the brothers in the world?
Sir.
Come on.
The law?
The commandments, yes. Because we in here we follow everything in that Bible. But do they have the same chance I have or you have? The brothers in the world.
Hey, Salaki, sir.
Come on.
You said Samuel make it to the promised land.
I think it's Joshua. Sorry.
Joshua and Caleb.
Yeah, Joshua and Caleb.
So for the sake of the young brother to say that, sir. Salaki.
Tawada. Right? That's the only difference, really. Difference is you can't be a sinner and you want the Lord to do it. Send Christ back, and you have a cigarette in your mouth, a blunt. You only block selling your sisters out. You only block selling crack. You know what I mean? Cocaine. You're doing every manner of evil, and you want Christ. I mean, you want the Most High to send Christ back to do what? No, we're going to have to clean up ourselves. if we're going to make it into the kingdom of the Lord, we are going to have to do what? We're going to have to follow Christ. You understand? We're going to have to do it. That's the only difference. Is because they sinned. You understand? They were sinners. And the Lord didn't let them come into the promised land. Right? And who was the most, how to put it, in Esau term, decorated brother that didn't make it into the kingdom?
Moses.
Yes, Moses didn't make it into the kingdom. And that's because he spoke against the Lord, basically. He tried to take what? Moses tried to take what?
Salaki said credit.
Yeah, he tried to take credit. And the Lord hates a man that tried to take his credit. He doesn't like it. You're a man trying to take the Lord credit, or he coming for you. All right? Read on.
Come, Shalaki. It was a subculture defined by four creative elements: emceeing, DJing, breakdancing, and graffiti writing.
No. Go back to where it said was hip hop.
Come. It's like this delusion of whitewashed culture was hip hop, which emerged from the ghetto alongside freebase.
Right. What's freebase?
Anybody know what
freebase is?
Come. If I could,
come on.
Best way to put it, freebase was like a different way of doing cocaine. It was like a way of smoking cocaine.
Correct.
It was like cooked up, rocked up, but it was still pure cocaine. It wasn't what eventually became crack just yet, but it was basically smoking cocaine.
So, like it, sir.
Come on.
It was simply cocaine and baking soda.
Yeah, basically, right? And now they say all that what emerged what in the ghetto. How did black people get free base of cocaine in the ghetto? Where it come from? Right, talk about Reagan. Come on.
It's like it, sir. I went into the military in 1976, and none of the dudes that I hung out with, none of us had ever experienced. We couldn't afford cocaine. When I came out of the army in 1980, everybody, I'm not exaggerating, everybody had cocaine. I remember going to Madison Square Garden to watch the Knicks, and there was a cat in there selling cocaine in Madison Square Garden. That's how much cocaine had flooded, and cocaine was like $100 a gram in 76. When I came back to New York City, it was like $15, $20 a gram in 1980.
Yeah. They pushed that in the ghetto. And now you're going to listen to what this brother's saying here. Read.
It was a subculture defined by four creative elements: emceeing, DJing, breakdancing, and graffiti writing. Hip hop was pioneered by the exact type of people who pioneered freebase.
No, listen to this good. And this is for these so-called, what I call them? Some FBA. What I call them? What I call them?
Foundational Black Americans.
Yes. Who would like to lay claim that what? Hip hop was what? Came from who? Just who?
Just foundational Black Americans.
Yeah, that's black people.
Just black people in America specifically.
Yes. They say it came specifically from them.
That's a lie.
We're going to read.
Come on. They were young, mostly black and Latino.
Black and who?
And Latino.
Yeah. Like they don't understand the division the oppressor done put in their minds against the Latino brothers. When the Latinos was going through the same thing you going through in the ghetto. They had drugs in their ghettos too. You understand? They were oppressed in their ghettos. You understand? Right? Read on.
Poor and lived in the cities.
Go on.
MCs in particular use hip hop music as a vehicle to tell stories about ghetto life, including drugs.
You understand? So that was our way of trying to do what? Getting what?
Slug, sir.
Making, come on.
Trying to get out of trying to escape, sir. So like,
okay, not so much trying to escape what?
The exact that feeling the feeling of oppression, even though they're still being oppressed, sir.
Okay, now remember he spoke about what? Free base.
Come
right?
on.
The book is about when crack was king. You understand? So he's telling you that we use hip hop to do what? To try and do what?
Salaki.
And you younger brothers, you all may not know this because this is not history that you will learn in school. You will literally have to go open books and do research like this brother did and put it in a book for you to read. You understand? Right? Go ahead, YAHANNA.
Like sir, like one of the things that the younger generation might not know, but it was actually hip hop that opened the door to unifying blacks and Latinos. And I was there, sir. And everywhere I went, the Latino brothers was there. That's a fact.
Yeah. But that unification, right? It's a reason why unifying. Is because you have a what?
Slug, sir.
Come on.
A common enemy?
Yeah, you have a common enemy. And they're using hip-hop to do what? What did just say they're using hip-hop to do? To tell stories about what?
Slug said that their lifestyle.
In where? In the ghetto.
Come on.
Right? To tell stories about what? Drugs. You understand? Which means they were using the music to make what? Our people aware of what?
So like I said, of their situation.
Of what situation?
Of drugs in the community.
Yes, and the destruction it's been doing in the community.
Come on.
So remember, it wasn't whitewash as yet. You understand? It's just like in the time of slavery, right? What music were brothers listening to or making? What I call it?
So like I said, blues.
Blues. You understand? Come on.
Negro spirituals.
And Negro spiritual too, which is in fact to what? To try and lift your spirit. You understand? They know that what? They were in captivity. And they didn't have any means of fighting back. But this music is going to keep us what? In line with each other. You understand? Keep us conscious. You understand? That's why the Benjamites, they have what? Something called conscious music. You understand? Like we use music to what? To talk to each other. And that's why they use, where else do they use music? Where else do they use music? Come on.
The Christian church.
Yes, but I'm talking more so music in a way where it teaches you something.
Salaki, sir, to influence us, to influence our brothers.
Okay. How many of y'all learn the ABC? Did he learn the ABC as A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
Yep, in the music, from a music standpoint.
Form. So there's a way you can what? You can teach something with music. And you know that's how we did what? That's how we use music. You understand? They knew it. Because now you're trying to make brothers aware of what the dangers that come with what drugs by telling a story in your song. Why? Because just like today, do black people read newspapers?
So like I said, no, we don't.
We don't. Why we don't? You ever wonder why we don't read newspapers?
Why is that, sir?
Anybody want to give my answer? Why you think we don't read newspapers?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Because it's not something usually we relate to.
I'll take that. That's it. You understand? You can imagine reading some excerpt from what CNN. Black people don't have the time to sit down and read and see them words them people be using that. You know what I mean? We'll be like, what? We talk in slang. You understand? Like the way they write their stuff, the way they do their stuff is for them. You understand? We don't read the papers because it don't associate. We don't see anything for us. You know, it's just to pick up our papers every day and see something negative about your people. You're telling me that there's no black man or no black woman doing anything positive that you could push in the community. But you're pushing the 3 people died here from this gunshot. You're showing everything about black people. You understand? You want to know why it says you're not seeing unalive babies in the Middle East? Why are you not seeing unalive babies in the Middle East?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Because they don't want you to empathize with those people. They don't want you to feel their pain. They want to keep that from you.
And they don't want you to do what?
I mean, like now you can see who they are. They're
That's
exposed.
it. That is it. When you show all the negative side, brother, remember, I'm from the Caribbean. You understand? I had cable. We see what is this Menace to Society? Give me some of them older ones. Them some Juice.
Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Juice.
Brother, I saw it.
New Jersey Drive.
You think I wanted to do anything with black people when I come up here? My grandmother, I mean, her Christian, the Lord bless her soul. She was like, don't go and hang out with those black boys up there.
Damn.
I was like, why would she tell me that? And lo and behold, the first year I came up, I went to come on a journey, YAHANNA. And I saw a different side. And then I start sitting back and watching and realizing, yo, I got played. I got played into being a Roman Catholic. I got played into believing in the stereotypes because that's all you're seeing. You understand? When if you had your own papers, you had your own news network that wasn't dependent on the oppressor, brother, you will see black doctors, dentists, lawyers, and your kids will be reading and they will be thinking, yo, I want to be like that black man. I want to be like him. Now everybody want to be what? A Martin Luther King. Everybody wants to be what? Uncle Tom. When for you to live in this place, what would you have to do? What type of mentality would you have to live in this place? We'll come back to this. What type of mentality would you have to live in this place?
It's like, sir.
Come on.
Like the slave mentality. To basically give them your power, sir. It's like it.
That what we teaching you in here?
Salakia, sir. You would have to have a separatist mentality.
Give me a little more.
You would have to deem your people. You would have to have we can't be racist, but you would have to have like a more so a racist mentality that your people are above every people upon the face of the earth.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Like we would have to empathize with our people, you know what I'm saying, and see what they're going through and be able to put ourselves in their positions.
Okay. Okay, you all ain't really hitting it. We all hit it home. What you have to do to live in this place.
Salaki, sir, have a nationalist type of mindset?
Okay, when it's a nationalist type of mindset, meaning what? Loving your own people?
Yes, for our own people, yes.
That's a
The ones
start.
who-
I'll take that. But that's a start. What you're talking about is a start. But I talk about that mentality where you have to go.
Slug it, sir.
Come on.
Maybe us having a common enemy. Us believing,
I'll take that too.
or the notion be like, we don't have to like the same things. We must believe in the same thing.
I'll take that too. But
yes, sir.
I'm looking for that mentality where it's going to summarize everything you're saying. Come on.
Salakia.
That we have. Salakia, go ahead, sir.
No, you go ahead, sir.
Good.
Salakia, sir. You have to, you know what I mean, understand the oppressor is the devil, and you know what I mean, we have a common enemy in him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Salakia, sir.
Is it could be like the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable? How about we have a singular mind? Like we have to have, you know, a focus on the Most High, the law, statutes, commandments, and just basically, you know, the whole thing about caring about your own people, being selfish with these records, being selfish with, you know, with our traditions, you know, being singular-minded instead of double-minded.
Salakia, sir.
Okay. Yes. Okay. What you're saying is, you know, I mean, on point with the whole, you know, I mean, with everything. Those are things you could, you know, I mean, you could definitely teach. You understand? But I'm looking for that that mentality that's going to, you know, I mean, engulf everything you're saying. Come on.
Salakia, sir, if I may. Like according to the Bible, right? Like we're the greatest people on the earth. So we have to have the mentality of that. Like we have to have we're supreme, we're better than what they are, and we're better than what they're portraying us to be. So we have to have a black supremacist type of mentality.
Okay. I can't say no to that. I can't say no to what everybody's saying about looking for a particular attribute you need to have.
So like this, if I may.
Come on.
You have to hate the condition we in and hate everything else and just love our brothers.
What you're saying is correct. This is what I'm looking for. Give me where Peter had a conversation with Christ, right? And he was asking Christ, what's his reward? You know what I'm talking about? Go to I think Matthew 19 and 29. To what? Not you're right in a way, but that's not what I'm looking for. All right. I'm looking for this.
Okay, sir.
Come on.
Does everything to do with fear?
No, not fear.
Okay.
Remember, okay, the time we're living in right now, right? Since you bring up fear, what do black people have? Fear. Right? Fear of what? Come on, what they have fear of?
Fear of reprisal from the oppressor for standing up for what's right. The type of fear that, you know, the national anthem plays, you stand up because you don't want to be that brother sitting down. The type of fear that the Hebrew boys didn't.
Give me from the perspective from a brother in the world. You're looking at it from the perspective of a brother in the truth, looking at a brother in the world.
So they're scared of the white man. They're scared of they're scared of, you know, not going to jail, or they're scared of
Yes, you're still giving me the perspective of you being a man in the truth.
Okay, come on.
Come on.
Salaki, would it be scared of more oppression?
No, just make it simple. What black people are scared of right now?
Salaki, scared of losing their jobs?
Yeah, just make it simple.
No job.
Make it simple. They're scared of losing their job. Black people have bills to pay in it. You know that, right? They have bills to pay. They have them nice, 8-bedroom homes. You know what I mean? A couple Benzes. You understand? BMWs. Right? Yes, of not having money. They're scared of that. And because of that fear now turns into what? I'm going to lose my house. Then what? I could lose what?
Salaki.
Come on.
Lose your house, lose your woman.
Yeah. So your house and a woman, them fighting for number one.
Right.
You come home to that woman who has that lifestyle and say, baby, I just lost my job. What do you think will happen?
Right. Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Now the black man becomes desperate.
Now he becomes what?
Desperate.
And when you're desperate, what do most people do when they're desperate?
Salakia. Whatever it takes.
Yes.
Sluggy, sir.
What's the mentality you have to have? Read Matthew 19 and 29. Nobody found what I asked for as yet?
Come on, sir. I have it.
Come on, read that.
Matthew 20. It's like it says 29, sir. 19 and 29.
Yeah.
Come on. This book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 29. And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold.
So what's the mentality you have to have in this timing?
So like I said,
come on,
making it to the kingdom, sir. So like,
okay. No, you had to explain that.
So like I said, meaning that making it to the kingdom, being that you have to be straightforward on exactly what you're gonna do, meaning following after Christ, not being in the world. And
okay, I think when we go to this one, you all might get it.
Salaki, sir, man.
Come on.
Be willing to forsake everything else.
My man, you gotta be willing to lose every goddamn thing.
Right.
Everything. How can you harm a man that's willing to lose everything?
okay,
How you can harm a man like that? Can you extort a man who's willing to lose everything?
Sir.
No, you cannot. You cannot. You have to be willing to lose it all. You understand? Your brother's not in here. Why? Because that woman said, if you go back to that class, you're not getting no more box lunch. It's done. It's done. The relationship is over.
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
Does this also correlate with the precept that says, I'm paraphrasing, that says, a man that's willing to save his life and lose his life, but a man that's willing to lose his life shall gain the kingdom, sir?
Yeah, I'll take that. That's it. You had to be willing to lose everything. I was taking you all to a woman who wasn't ready to lose everything, and what happened?
So she got turned into a pillar of stone? A pillar of salt, Salaki.
Give me Genesis 19 and 29. I mean, 26, I believe.
Colonel Khan. Genesis chapter 19, verse 25. And he overthrew the cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. Verse 26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
He had to lose that though. You know what I mean? Woman. What happened to one of the prophets? I think it was Jeremiah. He didn't want to go on and do what the Lord told him to do, and what the Lord did. What did the Lord do?
Slugger, sir.
Come on.
Is it talking? Well, are you referring to the brother lost his wife, sir? Slugger.
Yeah.
Come.
Yeah. And guess what you have to do? Wipe them tears off, put that mitri on, and go to camp.
Come.
You understand? Like, you got to be willing to lose everything in this time. If you're not willing to lose everything in this time, and guess what? As Balthazar once said, you're going to do anything. And when you're desperate people make what? Bad decisions.
Come on.
Bad decisions. You understand? They make real bad decisions. All right. Let's read a little bit more of this right here. Put it back on the screen. Go ahead, Tabo one.
Come. Slaki.
No, skip across to the other highlighted part.
Come. Where government and media failed to flag the threat of freebase, hip hop stepped up.
Hip hop what?
Stepped up.
You understand? No, we're not doing what hip hop. We're doing the truth. You understand? We're doing what hip hop tried to do, which is what? Try to warn black people, yo, doing drugs is bad. I'm singing about, you know what I mean, the tragedy that's happening in the ghetto. This ain't, you know what I mean, a love story. You know what I mean? This is a sad story. I'm giving you it. Read on.
Come. White lines didn't reach as wide an audience as Different Strokes or the Cosby Show. Still, for many young people, it sounded the alarm. When Melly Mel chanted something like a phenomenon, he confirmed that the events unfolding around them were part of something greater.
You understand? Like, we always try to do it. But guess what happened? The oppressor realized that if he allowed this to go on, this is going to unify the black community, the Hispanic community. We have to find a way in. And because they wasn't willing to lose it all, you join them. You become Jackie Robinson. You become Martin Luther King. You're not willing to lose it all. And now guess what? You have a destroyed nation. You understand?
Hey, Salagi, sir.
Come on.
That's how they use Diddy. They brung them homosexual, those Leviticus. That's how they got in. With them guys, man. That's how they got in. That's how they took over. They murdered Biggie and Tupac, because people don't remember when they murdered Biggie and Tupac, all of the black labels who are owned by blacks sold up to Sony, Atlantic, and now the whites came in and took control, and they used the Leviticus, you understand, to infiltrate, to dilute the message.
Yes. And now, guess what? Instead of singing against what drugs is doing, they're singing about what? Popping mollies.
Come on.
They're singing about it, which lets you know what? Somebody else has a hold on your culture. Somebody else. Because only hell You could be a people and you singing about destroying your sister, about destroying your brother. Ain't no other race does what black people do. No other race sing about destroying their own people. You understand? The way we do it. Right? Now, because at the time, right? I see somebody had a question there, the Andrea Lockett. Someone you could pull it.
Come.
I think it's Ecclesiastes 4 and 9.
I don't know if that was a question, so I think it might have been a response to what we were talking about at the time. I'll check it out.
If it's not a question, just let me know.
Okay.
Ecclesiastes
4 and 9.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, don't worry about it. If you say you don't think it was a question, it was a response.
I don't think it was a question, sir.
Okay. You want any questions before I let you all out? I know we're over the time. Any questions? If not, don't forget to pay a Passover fund. I'm gonna put it back on the screen. How I'll put it back on the screen.
I got it's one of the overlays.
Okay.
I got you. There it is.
We're gonna pay a Passover fund. You understand? Everything is free for the entire week. You understand? Your daycare, your black party, right? The kids party, the lamb, slaughter the lamb, and of course the main event. What's the main event?
The Passover.
Passover.
Yeah, right.
You understand? You sisters, you know what I mean, that married, you make sure that man gets you that red corsage. Don't wait. Don't wait. Get that red corsage, man. Your sisters who single, make sure and talk to your camp leader to see if you're ready for that white corsage. Go get it. Matter of fact, let's go get it. You understand? Go get it. Don't talk to your camp leader. Go get that white corsage. You understand? All right, put it on, and we're going to come in there and we're going to rock it. All right, but pay a Passover fund is very important.
Come.
Right,
Hey,
come on.
Yeah, you can do it. I'll break down Psalm 60 and 8.
Psalm 60 and 8.
Yeah,
come on.
Is my wash
if I remember. Come on.
The book of Psalm, chapter 60, verse 8. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me.
Where's the question on it there?
Break it down. Remember, Moab is my washpot.
What was a washpot? Look up washpot for me.
Basically, it's a pot that you wash in.
Yeah, but and okay, and now you wash. Come on.
Like a sink, sir. Like where your dirty dishes.
Yeah, so you washing. You understand? Meaning what? If Moab is your washpot, is he exalting Moab?
La, sir.
Sir.
What is he doing to Moab?
It's an insult, sir.
It's an insult. You understand?
Right.
Like what? Like a menstrual cloth. Right? Remember when they say destroy the gods? Their gods like what? Like a menstrual cloth?
Come on.
You understand? Like he is disrespecting Moab because of what they were trying to do to the children of Israel. Right? Remember this King David. And what did he say about Edom?
Over Edom will I cast out my shoe.
You understand? That's where them Arabs, what do they do when they're upset with each other?
Throw shoes at each other.
Yeah, they take the shoes off and pelt to touch you because it's a disrespect.
Like George Bush.
You understand? And he is saying what? Esau is what? Will be cast out like what?
Over Edom will I cast out my shoe.
Yeah. Meaning he gonna throw the entire nation of Edom with his shoes.
Damn,
Meaning
that's
they're nothing. Right? Read on.
Philistia, triumph thou because of me.
Right? And what is that saying? He is saying the reason why Philistia is what? Winning is because of who?
Him.
Him. And it ain't them, don't think it's them Hamites. You understand? It's us. And he's saying we triumphant because of who? Me. Right? Read on.
That's it, sir.
Okay.
Slug, sir.
David, come on.
I'm not sure if he was done, sir, but there was another question online, sir.
Come on with it.
And we got a question in the room as well.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Sister Dawah asks, so Lucky, if I may, how is sisterhood synonymous with brotherhood?
Right. How is sisterhood synonymous with brotherhood? Mm-hmm.
So Lucky, sir.
Come on.
I mean, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Well, you of course break it down, but going back to what we saw earlier in the class, you know, sisterhood is based on empathy, just like brotherhood. It's based on being selfless. You know what I'm saying? It's based on, you know what I'm saying, not thinking about yourself as an individual, but thinking about. Sorry, sir.
So now, if sisterhood is not synonymous with brotherhood, what will that mean?
You say if it's not,
what will that mean?
I mean, then that, if it's not synonymous with brotherhood, then that would mean that sisterhood would mean being selfish, which is not what it is.
Yeah, meaning sisters won't be hold to what? The same standard a brother hold to.
Come on.
I can't eat pork, so guess what? A sister can't eat pork too.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I can't steal, so what? A sister can't what? Steal too.
Right.
But the Bible is written in a way where it's male dominant. Why? Why? So when the Lord say, love your brother as you love yourself, it's just a man they're talking about alone?
Sir.
No, it's not. Sisters too. But the Bible is written in that way for a reason. Why?
Slugger, sir.
Come on.
Because the man is over the woman.
Yes. Right? Remember, it says what? In Timothy. What does it say in Timothy? Give me it in Timothy. Well, it's in Timothy 2:9.
Come on, sorry.
Timothy 2:9. Come on.
It's like it was a 11.
Timothy.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair, or gold, or pearls, or
right.
costly.
And we know that it's a black book, right? So it's not saying what a sister can't look what? She can't do her hair up. Sister could do her hair up. She just can't have that what? She can't have that attitude that Cardi B has, that Erykah Badu has. You understand? She can't come in here with that. The Bible speaks against a woman being what? Proud. You understand?
Come on.
Right? Read on.
Verse 10. But which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Yeah. Let the woman learn in what?
Silence with all subjection.
Now, read on.
Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach.
I what?
But I suffer not a woman to teach.
And this Bible is a what? A book that what? You used to do what?
Like, sir, teach.
To teach. Now, there are cookbooks. Or you can open that book and be the best cook. You can teach sisters how to cook. You know what I mean? Teach them to make a few omelets. You know what I mean? Cook some rice. You can teach them. But you can't come and teach this Bible. You can't usurp authority over a man. You understand? That's why the Bible is written in a what? A masculine way. And it's evil when a woman tries to take that position like a man. You understand? Read on.
Nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
But to be in what?
But to be in silence.
Read on.
Verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Verse 14.
Adam was what?
Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Then Eve's. You understand? The reason why it's saying this, right? Because Eve, the word what naive come from who? Eve. Right? The Bible say what? How can you get into a strong man house except you what?
Bind the strong man.
You bind the strong man. Not bind the strong woman. You understand? Right? But that does not mean when you read scriptures about being brotherly, does not mean sisterly. It means sisterly also too. It means it. All right. Tabon, let's read the other question.
Come on. So to follow up, the sister had another question, and we got one more question in the room.
Joseph, don't worry. I'm sure you've been in classes already. Just be, you know what I mean, just be professional, man. Professional.
Come on.
You don't have to be in here. You could go in your KKK, you know what I mean, calls or whatever. You don't have to be in here. You see what I'm saying? You all can't just leave black people alone.
Right.
We trying to get black people off the streets. The same streets you scared to walk down. You turn the news on. You ain't scared when you see black men, you know what I mean, unaliving each other in broad daylight. That's Sauce Walker and that other dude. You know, the one of the brothers who was involved, he is unalive already. You understand? Like, we're trying to clean up the streets. White people just need to leave us alone, man. You go to a KKK rally. Go to a Proud Boys rally. Leave black people alone. We gonna be just fine. You don't go into them Jewish chats and try to tell them they're a bunch of genocidal bastards. You don't do that. But you'll come in here and run your mouth. And that's why when Christ come back, people like you, it's gonna be a bad day for people like you. For people like you who are proud, we're not doing you nothing. We're on YouTube just trying to what? Educate black people about their culture pertaining to the Bible. And you're upset. That's why we say the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
That's
right. So come on. The question the sister have there?
Come on. Salakia, can a brother and or husband lead a sister to be more sisterly, or is it up to a sister individually to uphold sisterhood?
Okay, good question. Can a brother or a husband lead a sister to be more sisterly?
Come.
You better listen to what come out of Journey, I'm telling you. But he's teaching you. You understand? The reason why we have these relationships lasting this long is because of who? Commander YAHANNA.
Damn right.
You understand? So a man or a husband could definitely teach a sisterhood. And of course, who Commander YAHANNA follows? Christ.
Right.
You understand? Christ didn't have a what? He didn't have a wife, but you think he could counsel you on having a wife? Well, you better listen to what Christ was telling you. What about Paul? Did Paul have a wife? No. His wife was the school, just like Christ. Their wives was what? The school, the brotherhood, the sisterhood. And they taught, Christ taught us how to be brotherly, how to be sisterly. So definitely, a brother could teach you. You know what I mean? And of course, sisters can show the sisters to be sisterly. You understand? Who was doing that in the Bible? Who did it in the Bible as recorded? Ayanda Basis. Who did it in the Bible and it's recorded? And these so-called women who saying God talking to them, they like to refer to her.
So like you sir.
Come on.
Deborah.
Yeah. All right. But they like to misconstrue that Deborah was just what? A black woman who was what? Who cared for the community. And who understand her place in society. You understand? She didn't just get a vision from the Lord and be like, you know what? I'm going to do this. No. She went to a man. She went to a man. You understand? A black woman, Hispanic woman, a Native Indian woman don't understand that because of what the oppressor done did to our society, done did to our culture. A man is very important. Very important. You understand? That's why he is right under who? In order. Is God,
right.
Christ, then who?
Slugger, sir.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Then man. And then who?
The woman.
You understand? That's why he's in that order. You understand? Right? Okay. Any more questions?
So like sir. So back when you was on, when we were on Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 13, I wanted to get clarification on the word admonished.
Okay.
And
come on.
So I'll reread the verse. So
come on.
Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish king who will no more be admonished.
Yeah, what does that admonish mean? Look at it. Good question.
Salagi, sir. In this, if I may, sir, in this context, it's talking about somebody that doesn't want to get checked, doesn't want to take advice.
Doesn't want to what?
He can't take a check-in, and he doesn't want to take advice from others. He doesn't want to be criticized.
He doesn't want to be criticized. Doesn't want to take advice. So read it one more time. Who look up admonish?
Slug, sir, I got it.
Come on.
Admonish, warn, or reprimed someone firmly.
Yes.
Reprimand, Salakia.
You warning somebody that danger is coming. Right? You warning them, yo, it's coming. Right? You have what? So read it from the start again.
Salaki, sir. Better is a poor and a wise child than an old and foolish king.
Better is a poor and wise child. You're a poor man. A wise child is who? Somebody who does what? Who makes what? Good decisions. You understand? And better is a poor man. Because guess what? What he had to lose? Nothing.
Nothing, sir.
You understand?
And
So
I have
better is that poor man and that wise child than a what? The song went on.
all right. And Salaki, sir, I have one more question. So, and how does verse 13 correlate to through 16? So I'll read 14 through 16 real fast.
Come on.
For out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becometh poor.
Right. So meaning what? Out of what? Prison. Meaning what? This poor man who went to prison, he's going to do what? Come out and what? And become what?
Cometh to reign.
He cometh to rule. Right? And think that poor man as who? Who's the poor man here in this metaphor? Who's the poor man? Israel. You understand? Right?
Okay. And Salaki, sir, so what is for out of prison? Where would the prison be?
The prison is we're in right now. We know me in prison.
Okay. I got you.
We know me in prison. You can't leave this country without a what?
Passport.
You can't get a driver's license without a what?
Birth certificate.
Yeah. You can't say you're married to this woman without a what?
A marriage license. Yeah.
That don't sound like you're free to me. You understand? Even just take $1 out your pocket. Take money out your pocket. Whose face is on it? Christ asked the disciples, whose face is on that money?
It's the white man, sir.
Yeah. You understand? And out of this prison ark, we're going to what? We're going to rule when Christ returns. Right? We're going to rule. Read on.
So, like I said, I considered all the living which walk under the sun, with the second child that shall stand up in his stead.
Right? And the second child shall what? No, that part I might have to get for you. I forget that part. All right?
You mean read again?
What verse in?
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 15.
Let me get that verse for you.
Okay.
Right? So what I'll do is I won't push on from there because I know the next verse would be something coming up to that verse we just read. But let me get that for you. I'm gonna get that for you next class. I'll start it off next class with that, right? And Ecclesiastes what? 4 and 15.
Yep.
All right. So with
Constant.
that,
hey, Salaki, sir, I have one question, sir.
Come on.
Okay, so we had Sister Kamawa die in Durham do some artwork for the workshops that we were going to be doing, and you know, they looked Tawab, but in her depiction of how the sisters looked, it was like their hair was covered, but then their hair was out. And so my daughters, like when, you know, they look at it and they were like, you know, they asked the question. So this is a question from them. They wanted to know, like, when it says that a sister's hair should be covered, and you know, they've said they've seen sisters with like a gold chain on top of their head and the rest of their hair was out, or they look like a headband and then the rest of their hair was out. Is the head, how should the hair be out or should the hair be fully covered? Is it about their head or is it about their hair?
Their head. The head has to be covered. The hair could be out. So a sister could have a headpiece and the hair out, coming down. But her head has to be what? Covered. It's like us wearing it's like, you know, I mean, brothers wearing headpieces, right? We say our head has to be what? What does the Bible say about a brother? Uncovered, right?
Covered.
So we should take off our hats. We should take off mitre. You understand? When I say uncovered, it just means what? You can't have what? The entire head what? Covered. You understand? When they say a sister head has to be covered, it's not talking about her entire hair. It's her head has to be covered. You understand? And that hair could be out. You understand?
Covered, sir.
All right. So where is it? Is it in, I think it's in Corinthians 11 or 3, right? Where it say a woman ought to what? Prophesy with her head what? Her head what? Covered. You understand? And a man with his head what? Uncovered. Okay?
Covered, sir.
So that's why, you know what I mean, we don't what? Sisters don't what? Cover their heads what? 24 hours. You understand? Sisters, and this is, you know what I mean, and this is when oppressors or other nations try to take your Bible and try to do it. The Arabs take your Bible. What's in this Bible? Where it say a woman's head should be covered, and did what? And did what? What did the Arabs do? You ever say Arab woman?
Cover the face, sir.
Yeah. Superman is the only man that can see Arab woman. You understand? Because just this be out on them Arab women. You seen that?
Covered.
You understand? And that's them trying to do what our woman's supposed to do. When the Bible says a woman should dress modest, does that mean she can't wear pants? Wow. She just can't wear my construction pants. I'm pouring my Timberland. You understand? But there's woman pants, there's woman shoes, right? There's woman attire. All right? Are we good with that?
Covered, the water, sir.
Remember. All right, make sure I'm put a picture up, man, in the school. All right. To what? To young sister. Come out with that.
Covered, sir.
Yeah, to what sis. All right. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer the Rashamat. The Rash, if you're talking, we're not hearing you.
Salakia. Men of Israel, we're going to run a one courtesy salute to Captain 13,000 I.T.H.E. Amadim Shabbat. Amachim. Rock.
No, hold on. Amadim Shabbat. So start it over.
Men of Israel, Amachim.
Mm-hmm.
Amadim Shabbat.
Mm-hmm.
Amachim. Barak.
Yahweh Shemi Ashai Barak a thumb.
Yadamatah. Sar, being turned to face the sisters. Sisters, Amajim. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to the sisters. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yadamatah. Yashabi means to be seated. I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Roof for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verses 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, for your offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Lord's 56th annual Passover, which will be April the 12th of this year, which will be held in Atlanta, Georgia. If you have not paid your Passover fees, please get your Passover fees paid as soon as possible, which is the 14th day of the first month, followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the 15th day of the first month for 7 days, which is April the 13th through April the 20th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, class dismissed.
Welcome to Atlanta. Price is Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April the 11th, we got the black party that's gonna have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior YAHANNA.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom.